Next example with bond valuation, just another simple example. So in this example we have ACE bond, or let's say it's a bond issued by ACE Corporation. It has a face value now of $1,000, a coupon rate of 5% with semi-annual payments. It matures in 3 years. It has a 5% yield to maturity, or 2.5% on a semi-annual basis. Okay, so the question is, what should this be worth today? So again, if you wanted to draw the timeline, this is going to look, what is this going to look like? It's going to look like this is today, and it has 3 years left, but it pays every 6 months, semi-annual payments. So this is 6 months from now, 12 months from now, 18 months from now, 24 months from now, 30 months from now, and 36 months from now. So this is the entire 3-year period. Because it's 3 years, it is 6 payments, right? What is the face value you receive at the end, or the future value? That's your future value. That's your $1,000, right? That's what you get at the end when it's paid back. That's what a face value means. The coupon rate is 5%, but because you're going to get half of that every 6 months, okay, you're going to get 5% of the $1,000, right? So that's going to be $50 every year, or $25 every 6 months. Make sense? 5% of 1,000, but based on semi-annual payments, so that's 25. So you get $25 for at 6-month horizons for 3 years, and then you also get the $1,000, which is your it's like your principal payment coming back to you. How much is this worth today? On your calculators, let's first do the Excel, which is what we did in the last module. Again, you're calculating the value here, so it's the present value, right? You start with the rate. What is the rate? It's the discount rate. Now remember here, this can be confusing because you have two rates. You have a coupon rate, and then you have the yield to maturity. The coupon rate is simply used to determine the payments, okay? The coupon rate is simply used to determine the payments. The discount rate, or the rate that you're going to use in your functions, in your in Excel or in the calculator keys when you type in I/Y, that is your yield to maturity, or in this case prorated for 6 months. So this is going to be the present value using the rate of 0.025, right? The number of periods, 6, not 3, because this rate is relevant for 6-month horizons, over 6 time periods. The payment that you receive is minus 25. The future value is minus 1,000, and of course you can ignore this, the type, or type in 0. That's what you should. That's what your Excel keys should look like. Calculators, you do second FV. What is your interest rate, or what is your N? 6 is your N. What is your interest rate? It is 2.5 is your interest rate. Your payments are also 2.5. In this case, it just so happens that these two numbers are the same. They don't have to be the same. So minus 25, then you have minus 25 is your payment, and then you have minus 1,000 is your future value, and then you compute your present value. Okay, if you do that, you should get a present value of 1,000. Okay, so that's another example of bond valuation. Okay, notice that as your discount rate, this yield to maturity, goes up, okay, so instead of 5%, let's say that yield to maturity was 6%. Okay, if yield to maturity was 6%, then what happens to the value of this bond? Present value equals, if you were to recalculate it, what would you expect it to be? Higher, lower? When the discount rate goes up, you expect the present value to be lower. So the value of this bond should go down. Okay, let's do the calculation now. So my 6 is my N, that does not change. The interest rate is now going to change, right? Because the yield to maturity is 6, your I/Y is going to be 3. So 3 is my I/Y. The payments are the same. 25 is my payment, or minus 25 is my payment. The future value is the same, minus 1000. And if I compute present value, then I get 972.91. Okay, so in this case, everything else is the same except we've assumed a lower discount rate. Okay, so the point is that as your interest rate, your discount rate goes up, the present value goes down. Okay, we'll talk about this Apple case in class. Just wanted to pull up an example of that.